Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the second match of Season 79. And we've won the first round. This was going to be a win. This was default. We're at 3,400 skill rating. My opponent didn't update their data Crons, so I didn't expect them to really participate. And we more or less see a version of that. Although, looking at his history, he had won matches without setting data Crons. Like, his looks to be pretty inconsistent about setting them, so it was theoretically possible he would have played and participated. But we have Ahsoka here getting a hold, and then he took out Rey, and that was it. Nothing else happened. So we can move on. Today's opponent is Hot Black Desiato, Sigma Alliance, 15.3 million GP to my 13.8. So quite a bit more than me, and that puts him number 1 in the bracket. Yeah, no, he's the strongest by GP account, 457 Zetas, so he's got a bunch more than me, but I have the advantage in Amis. I am not number 1 though. I'm second in Omicrons. My opponent is 4th. So we at least have an advantage there. GL's is good. Relic is fully Relic roster at 2,245. Relic tiers, that is number 1 in the bracket. That distribution is also to his benefit. This is going to be a tough match today if I even win. Because what we're seeing here is he's got a bunch more tier 7, a ton more, 34 more tier 8. And then tier 9, tier 10, he's got 10 tier 10 relics. What this really means is some of my plan today may just not work because of Relic Delta. We'll see. Mods, 1469 is a whole bunch of them. I technically have a better average in the top 25, just barely top 500. I do have a bit better. And actually we're seeing that in the counts where we are even at the 25 plus speed mods, 20 plus. I have 120 more, and I have 160 more of the 15 plus. Datacrons, he is a good participant in the mid mark. Modding, GL's is in his favor. That is a good sign for the rest of the roster. But actually, like, his Melgus is a little slow. Starkiller is good. Some of these are whatever. Afra's good. Triple on me on the Afra. Not that it matters in 3v3. Got a 296 Swallow. And a Third Sister triple on me, triple on Malicos. We got a double Baudelaire, double Bane, triple Jar Jar, triples on Cadme, Luthen, Jocasta. Looks like the Conquest characters, he's basically has all tripled up. He's just missing the other characters, like the new Bad Batch or Zelbar, Night Trooper. These are all ones that I think are nice to have. Got a 299 Maul, and then everything else here looks good. So taking a look at the specifics, we are looking for Maul at 299 speed. That's our quick shorthand. He's spending money and resources on the era characters. And we've got Star Killer, there's Maul right there. Which puts him less than 64 characters. So we're not going to look into the specifics. We know it's less than 64, so 63 max, which means I've got like plus 10, plus or minus, in terms of the mod advantage, which is not a ton, but it is at least a little bit. We'll see how things go. Now, it's relative, it's still the first day of this, so he is not attacked yet. I have made no changes, even though I said I was going to make a change, and then I didn't. But this is what I had last round. There's a team or two I would like to bring over to offense. What I would like to do, and we'll try and do it for next round, is Inquisitor Barris. I want her for offense. With that Cron, she can counter the Cody Cron, and that would be useful to me. And then the other thing is this trench team is doing nothing for me. I want Watt so I can throw Watt with JMK, and then I can be using that, if not countering Pirate Hondo, at least softening up Pirate Hondo so that I can beat it in multiple attempts if I needed to. I would like to have it as insurance. Now I have set forth a plan for today. We'll see how effective it is. Because with opponent who has these kinds of advantages, I wanted to be a little bit more prepared. It looks like his relics are fairly well distributed, where is that too scary? But we're looking at Great Mother, Ray, Jedi Mace. We've got Pirate Hondo and Echo. And then down below, we're looking at Pelp, Stranger, Ahsoka, Balin, and Lord Vader. Now, yeah, let's start down here. Actually, this should be the last one we do. All right, what are we staging? We're gonna start with Stranger. I'm gonna do Lord Vader here. I got myself into trouble during 5v5. I kept trying to do this, just thinking it was a 5v5 counter. This isn't a 5v5 counter. But it took me like it took me a couple matches to double check it. Do I like any of these? No. Let's just do the extra turn meter. Full screen. Oh, we need to turn on audio. We'll get this started. They'll do a couple things and we'll get the sound effects on. All right. Am I doing? This is what I wanted to do, right? Yeah, this is what I wanted to do. Okay, we're going to target Stranger. Only Relic 8, which is actually really nice for me. We'll go with this. I do wonder what that Star Killer is like. We'll find out in a moment. Wasn't paying attention when I did it, and we did. Do I want to do this now? Let's just do it. We might have another opportunity. Let's just throw Order 66 there, but it's kind of doesn't do much. This is gonna mess. This is okay. We're good. We survived it. CX was never surviving that during 5v5. Which is what ruins the counter in 5v5. And now he's stunned, so we're gonna have to wait even longer before I can go and attack Stranger. I don't even know why I'm using like specials and stuff. Oh, we've lost 2 minutes. Okay, CX has taken his turn. Now we can disarm. Now Order 66 is there. We can target. And it's gone. I'm going to save the special because we're going to get it back in as soon as CX gets to go. Reapplies it. That did nothing. Dots. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Dots might take him out. Yep, dots finish him off. I'm gonna basic, and now we'll start targeting Star Killer. 2 minutes. I should be doing this for the ultimate. Okay, one more of those, and we will be able. We'll be able to target with order 66, and we're gonna hit auto as soon as that happens. Okay. What I would like to do at some point during this stream is I want to talk about the boys, and generally I like to be spoiler free in my just reactions. I think I'm gonna go a little bit deeper today. But I think we'll do like a spoiler free version reaction, and then we're gonna go deeper later in the video. At least if we ever hit matches where I don't need to pay as much attention. Okay. Finish him off. Hits. Come on. There we go. All right. 20 seconds left. I feel like we just got to keep investing in this team. I did invest in them semi-recently to get them up to Relic 7. They were Relic 5 forever. All right. Now, Ahsoka is Leia. Okay. And we have a Rebel Cron. These more or less the same. Evasion. Yeah. These are both gross. I'm gonna do the recovery. I should re-roll those. It's gotta expire anyway. Okay. We're gonna go with the masses. So useless. In 5v5 that does something. I don't think that's how I want to play that. You know what? Let's go stats. Let's start stacking our stats. Let's prioritize that, because we're not going to get the same kind of like big hit that we would normally with this Cron. Okay. There, some decent hits. Oh, and now he dies. Okay, that was not good. Have I messed this up by changing up how I play out of just not liking? I guess liking is the wrong word. At least we got ambushed, but we are facing some pain. Yeah, this is bad. So we have Relic 8 Huyang, Relic 9 Exile, and we're about to die. What a dumb thing I did. Okay. Which means I really am going to have to revisit some of my strategy. And none of this matters. I'm just going to give him like speed up. Should I do this? I know what I should have done. I think I approached the wrong strategy. I should have done Leia up against Lord Vader. Which, yeah, because then I can just do... We'll see how this goes. I may have messed this up for myself. Let's go this route. I think part of this is last round, but last round my guy didn't have Datacron, so really comparing this performance to the last match is not really informative or useful. I really don't want to be figuring out how to play these Crons up against the best account in the bracket. That's a little annoying. Because I was going to do Bane here, but now I can't really do that. Do I? My Cadme's on defense, right? Because I'm stubborn about things. Yeah, she's on defense. And is Balin on defense too? No, I have Balin. But that doesn't really help me because I can't use Balin up against the Exile versions, and I can't use Balin really up against Lord Vader. Maybe... yeah. Alright, here's what I think. We have to do Seabane here. I don't really have a choice. It's the only thing that's going to work at this stage. Leia is a 68%. Why did I do that? This is what I hate about the first week of 3v3. Is I forget things. I never should have done Leia in the first place. So I get my 5v5 and my 3v3 mixed up. All right, let's get some stats. Let's do the 25 plus. Should have always have done this, which means I need to update my notes here. Because my notes said I was safe. Now maybe that was because I don't know when I made these things. That may have been cron dependent. Alright, ultimate. Let's clear the buffs. Leave him alone. Alright, clear the buffs. Start throwing the shocks at Exile. And we'll knock Exile out of here pretty quick. Yeah, let's do a little of that. Okay, Exile's down. We'll link them up. Yeah, let's just auto. Yeah, so spoiler-free version of the final episode of The Boys. I give it like The more I think about it, it's like a 6 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good enough for or worthy of what the show had been. It just felt a little small, and I feel like a little cheated on certain things. And we can get more into that later in the video when we go a little deeper into this. But for those of you who I don't want to spoil things for, who haven't gotten around to it, it was on the scale of like a season finale and not a series finale. But I did feel like as a series finale, it did do a decent job of wrapping up various story arcs. Not story arcs, character arcs. It did feel satisfying in that regard. It's just a lot of the choices I felt were inadequate. I think Amazon should have given them more money to let them go bigger. And ultimately, it never brought you to like it didn't feel worthy of some of the highs of that we've seen in the show elsewhere and other times. All right, let's focus over here. This isn't really one we need to pay attention. Oh, you know what? We have a Snips Cron, don't we? Or is that after lock-in? We got that after lock-in. Because I re-rolled it after lock-in from Territory Wars. Oh, I shouldn't have picked... Well, it doesn't matter, but I should have GK here. Ultimately, it's not going to matter, but that would have been the correct choice. Also, was even that Snips Crown any good? I can't remember what my opinions were. Alright, there's the hatred. I was watching Jack Ryan Ghost War. I'm not done with it. Fell asleep to it. It's fine. It's better than Jack Ryan season 3. That was terrible. I like Jack Ryan season 1. Season 2 was fine. I enjoyed it enough. And then season 3 was trash. And I think this is more like closer to the level of season 2 of Jack Ryan. Although I think this is just a movie. All right, maybe we are going to handle a couple things up top. Wait a second. See, I'm concerned because I think we're going to play this the only way. I think no, let's just handle a couple things here. My concern is I'm expecting Satel Shan on the back wall, and I was going to do C up against Satel Shan. And I don't really have another counter unless I started pulling counters away from some of this. But I think... Do I have... No, is Great Mother... Where's Great Mother? Maybe I do have a Silt House. Or is Great Mother on defense? Okay, we can use Great Mother up against Satel Shan. At least last season we could, but we had Imperial Remnant Crons. Alright, we're doing Balin here. This has a low chance, but I'm hoping that we can at least make enough progress that we can clean up afterwards. Like, this is like a 50-60% shot. Which is not good enough. Okay. So let's think about this. We're dispelling and stunning. So maybe we want to target over here, or we're dispelling and dealing extra damage, and I'm gonna do that. We're gonna go with this. Do I want to stealth? I'm gonna stealth. We'll AoE. We're just being focused on Vader because we can't do things to other people. Appo's a distraction. We're not a GL. We can't take him out. So we do our stun. It's AoE. AoE. There's our vulnerable. And now we can do a big kick. We can't target CX2. Just do another AoE. Alt. They're going to ability block me. Next turn we'll have our kick. Unfortunately, we got blocked from it. Come on. Here's our kick, but we didn't have vulnerable because we took too long to get there. I want to get stealthed again. I'm getting a little worried about you guys. I'm losing my confidence. Okay, taking a hit. Now, I feel like that window that I felt like existed no longer exists. Maybe we will get there again. Alright, we're vulnerable. Protection up is gone. Boom. Come on. Don't do that. Alright, AoE. You got protection up again. We do our kick. I'm just gonna auto now. We're running out of time and I just feel like... Okay, we have... Okay, armor shreds. Are we gonna get there? Should I have hit auto sooner? We're so close. Come on. There we go. Okay. Great. Now, tell Sean, are you there? Because he did change his defense significantly. Okay, so there's Jabba. And my Jabba counters are different. Yeah, there's no... How am I dealing with Jabba? Because last season I was doing Afra, I was doing Imperial Remnants, but those Crons are gone. Oh, I can... No, we'll be able to... We can at a minimum take multiple chance at Jabba. That's fine. Like, we can do Great Mother and clean up with Afra and stuff. Alright. Let's do the other difficult ones. And there's a lot of crons and testing and stuff I want to be doing. There's so many things we need to update. What useless, outdated junk we have here. Alright. Not gonna do anything. Critically hit, gain offense, turn meter. It's all useless. Whatever. Alright. Let's get rid of the crit hit immunity. I want to try and trigger the damage immunity early. Okay, there's that one. Yeah, let's throw it at Ray. And we'll get rid of this crit hit immunity. Are you this early? Because I'm trying to trigger her damage immunity so that we can... Nope, it's over. No, because we haven't triggered hers. I think that's... the dream is dead now. I don't think we have anything else we can throw at Ray. See, this is what I was talking about, where if I had Watt, what I could do now is I could throw Watt at Pirate Hondo with JMK. Well, I already used JMK. But that would be one route, because then I could be using Stranger here. But Stranger I have for Pirate Hondo. What do we want to do? I think we start having fun. Because I can't beat this now. Here's what I think. I'm going to ignore Pirate Hondo. We're just going to clear every team we can. Because I can't full clear. And because I can't full clear, we just need to clear every team I can. So Stranger will let me do this. And I forgot to promote Maul. Like, I do have a 7-star Maul. I just forgot to do it. Because I was saving it for a video and then I never did it. Well, we can clear the Ray. So let's clear the Ray. Clear the buffs. Let's save the fracture. Let's just do bleed. Because with them stunned, the fracture can wait a turn. Okay. Drop it. Again, it can wait a turn. There's the damage immunity. Let's go over to Cal. Yeah, there's a number of refinements in my strategy that we need to make, and we could have found a way through this. But some of those things go back to altering my defense. But it's also like speaks to the quality of the opponent. Like if we weren't going up against the best account in the bracket, I think some of these, they weren't really mistakes. The flaws in my strategy, like if we you move the chess pieces in different locations, things go differently. Alright. Let's stun. Okay. Can we get rid of Cal? There it is. Boom. Okay. Don't you dare. I knew that was going to happen right then. Come on. This is... I needed to hit Swallow right then, because once I take out Swallow, he can't actually come back. If I don't... See, now I'm going to... That one choice messed this up. Because now I'm going to die, but I could have taken out Swallow had I just targeted him at the right moment. Well, we're falling on my face now. Alright, we're going to start testing things. Well, this isn't really like a true Cody Crons. You never finished it. But what I would like to do... Well, let's check the back wall. Actually, let's do Vader here. I want to try this Cron in a new location. Vader's a new location. How about here? Wherever we tested this out last round, it was a bad choice. Or was it? I thought we only slipped up against one team last round. Now, maybe we were fine last round. Because we did ISB up against Padme, and jeez, that was awful. Well, this Cron didn't do anything. Unfortunately, this is kind of a waste of these characters, because we could have just done this with Malgus and they would have won. But right now we're just trying to learn about Crons. Which ones work well, which ones don't. Should I be going after Deepa? Are we actually going to win this? I mean, it wasn't better than Malgus, but we did win it. And maybe the Cron, the Cron probably was a part of that. Yeah, sloppy. All right. Let's take a look back here. So Grand Inquisitor, what are we interested in doing? This Leia Cron is good. Attack out of turn. Darth Revan may have been interesting here, but maybe we can do Malgus with what though? It's barely a team. Let's try it. Without Malik, though, we're missing so much firepower. But we're just counting on fear. We don't even have as much fear because we don't have Malik. As long as we have enough. I'm just trying to minimize the attacks out of turn. Okay, next turn we get another Dark Deception. They don't have enough recovery. So the next Dark Deception will hopefully take out Han. Oh my god, did he have blind or just dodging? Alright. Awful. I don't think they can actually take me out. I think this will just... Well, with that defense stacking, would they reduce my damage output enough that this times out? Oh, okay, now they're ignoring my protection. Leia's killing me. Yeah, Leia's killing me. Alright. Malik would have made all the difference, though. Malik, we get through Han and keep going. Darth Revan, maybe we get Deathmark and we just take out Luke early. What do we want to test? I want to test the ISB and the new Rebel fighters. I'm more... Like, even though these teams might lose here, I'm more interested in testing them here because they're an actual team. Although Ithano does at least have a Cron. I don't think it's worthy of testing. I guess the Mon Mothma slightly more, but this is not as good. I'm more interested in doing Cassian here, even though this is going to be no, Cassian's just going to die. No, he won last round. No, I think we can do Cassian. No, because she can ignore protection. Let's do it anyway. Because they all have low stars. I think I did Cinta last round and I was not happy with Cinta. No, I think I did Val and she just died right away. Because at 4 stars in Relic 2, she didn't have enough. And see, this is what I thought was going to happen. The ignoring of protection. Yeah. Yeah. Because he was unkillable. Whatever we used him up against last round, he just wouldn't die. So we were able to, even though I lost everybody else, we were able to win through it. I think it's good to know that that's a thing, because we can use it to counter if we come across it. Although I don't... Do I have the Leia-Cron? I have the Leia-Cron, I need to level her up. I don't think we should test more up against her because she's going to just rip people up. Let's do ISB. Let's do some ISB testing. Cron. This team hasn't been as good. Like, I was willing to try Cassian just to see what happened because they have a bunch of survivability. These guys have not been as impressive to me. Or I've just been putting them in bad scenarios. Alright. Let's just auto. It seems like they're going to be fine. But we're not really doing any damage. We are going up against Relic 7 though. That's a big delta. Okay, we're through the protection. I kind of want to stay focused on Qui-Gon. Oh yeah, this is, I used them up against Padme last time. I don't fully understand the mechanics of this kit. Because we were able to take out GK, and it's something to do with that thermal. There must be something in the uniques. I gotta read through their kits again. Since I haven't been making kit videos in a while, I don't know these kits in the same way that I used to. Because I used to just really like write out essays for all these things. Alright, they beat that. I'm gonna do not that. Maybe I'm gonna stop playing and do this in the morning. I'm slowing down. Alright. Doom. Bless. Let me do it. I just wanted to take out Chrysanthemum. And you're not gonna let me do it. Okay. I think we're gonna go to bed. We'll do this in the morning. Because this isn't working. I'm not thinking proper. We're back. It's early afternoon, an hour and 15 about left. And my opponent has attacked, and it looks like it's possible that we could steal a really cheap win today. Because we always knew that this account, if he played, was going to beat me. That's why we kind of shifted into testing once it was clear we weren't going to be able to full clear. And Cadme here, picking up 3 holds. This is why my Cadme is on defense. I mention this relatively often, but it's just the reliability at which she can get holds. She just has a lot of value there, even though she is very effective on offense. And then he hasn't really engaged up here, but we did get a hold with the Luminara Cron, where there is functionality with Cam and Kit Fisto. So that was something we were testing out. I'm glad to see a result. He didn't really test the fences with the rest of that territory. He may return, he may not. But we can at least try and clear this back wall. I'm only worried about Jabba. The rest of this, we always could have used strong teams and taken out. And then up here, we can clean up a little bit. Like, we can take out Great Mother and Echo Rex here. Not, is that Echo or is that Rex? Who do we? It's 5s. Okay. So we have a 5s lead. All right. well, whatever, we can clean up a couple teams, get the banner total to a place where we can win this if he doesn't return. Actually, let's start up here. Because if he does a quick check-in, he might not really notice. And he might think that I can't win. So we'll like save a couple things for the end. Let's go big screen, and what was I planning on doing here? I don't really like any of this. So I want to try and just do a cheap thing with the smugglers, since we don't have like a full team here. I can do dash. Is this? I want mercenary. Do I get more use with a mercenary cron? Here we go. That's probably as good as we can get. Now, how do I want to play this? I think if we can stun maybe Rex, like Crex, rather. Now we can AoE throw a Daze, Dispel. Let's stun Kicks before he... Ugh. Can I pull turn meter away? Maybe I should be focused on Crex, but I kind of want to prevent people from going. I'm trying to just control them a little bit right now. I think we've made some mistakes by not staying focused on like our true threats here. Alright, Dispel. What do we got going on here? First time someone is revived. Okay, fine. It's just the first time. Do I have a Dispel ready? Alright, we AoE, we've got our dazes, we have a stun. I want a Dispel though, because this taunt is annoying. Or we could do that. I know Kix is... No, wait, Kix can't bring him back, right? He can bring back pirates? Whatever. I do want to talk about the boys, though, because I said we were going to do a spoilery version. And I think we can do that. I think we can do that. We'll do it in this next battle. So I'm going to do Bo-Katan over here. That's what I'm thinking. Do Mercs. Wait, let's get one of these. Oh, do I still have JML? Oh, we can probably clean up Ray with JML. Let's do this one. Yeah, this isn't really much. Let's see. Alright, so we got Doom over there. Spreading the attacks out. Okay. Awesome. This is basic. Shift over to Great Mother. Sure, whatever. Yeah, alright, so we'll give some thoughts on the boys' spoiler version. There were way too many plot threads that were just left hanging by the end of the season. And not even really left hanging, just proven to be irrelevant. Like, you cannot do the first half of the season with this virus and V1, and then the second half of the season be like, didn't matter, wasn't relevant. All this build-up that we've been doing, all of this character development that we've been doing, setting it aside, that was the first half thing, and now you have a second half thing. You get rid of Soldier Boy like that. I mean, maybe you can make an argument that it's saying things about Homelander, but it just really feels like thrown to the side rather than resolved. You have the Gen V kids. Like, I liked Gen V. I thought season 1 was fantastic. I liked season 2. And they had built up those characters, particularly Marissa Moreau, that her power meant something. And then you just kind of say, like, oh, you guys can't be involved. You're too young. It's not important. Like, it could have been relevant to the story. And it was just, oh, this stuff that we spent multiple seasons on, couldn't figure out how to handle it, so we're just going to set it to the side. And it's just repeatedly throughout the season you have these kinds of issues where it's just like, it's bad writing, where you're not challenging yourself to think through how to make this stuff relevant to the larger story, how to tie these things together. You're instead just saying, we're going to ignore it and throw it off to the side. It's not important. And that, to me, is just a really frustrating way to watch a show. All right. We're going to save that one. He's not returned yet. Now, what was my plan? We're going to do Wampa here. I'm not 100% on it, because Katarn can actually beat this. Katarn can mess it up. But if maybe we don't. Maybe I hold back. Because I don't. Let me take a look at this Cron. Accuracy down, blind, vulnerable, doubt, cooldowns. I'm gonna do it anyway. Because when I tried Wampa before and it failed with Katarn, it was a Saw lead, not a Mon Mothma lead. It was also 5v5, I think. And I also have a good Wampa relative to... Yeah, see, I just knew it. Okay, so if I don't do that, I just don't have a lot of faith that Gas can do this either. What do we have? Nothing. Let's just take something for stats. Continuing on these spoiler-filled thoughts on on the boy. No, I think I need to take a moment to focus on what we're doing here. Because this feels bad. Okay, there's the sacrifice. Can I stand up now? Please stand up. Alright, shred, AoE. Tempting. Tempting. I'm gonna hold it back. I might regret this. Holding back. Because I might not get a chance. Yeah, we're not gonna get a chance. Yeah, see, I didn't think this was gonna work. Like with these Crons, it just was not likely. But what I would like to take back most is that Darth Revan Cron. I feel like I'm only going to use that in 5v5. Because I think Darth Revan has way more valuable with the Zelbar Cron in 3v3. Because it creates a whole extra team. You have one other weapon instead of consolidating a weapon. The Zelbar Cron would be countering a number of these things. What I'm trying to be resistant of right now, like why I'm deliberating, is there are things that will definitely work that I don't want to take off the table yet. I want to do weak things if they are available to me. They just might not be available to me with the quality of the Crons that are here. What's this Jocasta situation? What do I have with her? And that's not like real. There's nothing real there. And what do I have Cron-wise? Okay, we have a Leia Cron I can't use. We have an Inquisitor Cron I can't use. A Chirrut Cron I can't use. A Hera Cron I can't use. We have Cal Kestis. And an Ethano Cron I can't use. It's just terrible. Like, I was going to do Jabba up against Luke, but then I could also use Jabba elsewhere. I want to use him in the place where I don't have a choice. I wish I leveled up Leia. Like, if I had my own Leia I could be doing this with. Just noticed that the camera froze. Hopefully that hasn't been going on for too long. Yeah, see, I have to have her leveled up. We really messed up by not recording a video prior to this week. We do have Saw. Saw Luthen. Would Saw Luthen beat any of these things, though? I think we just start trying things. I'm gonna do Saw Luthen here. We'll use Chirrut Cron that I can't use. I mean, we went through the list. There's so many Crons that, because of relic levels, I don't have access to. And that is causing me some problems. Alright. I just want a marked in a favorable location. That's what I'm hoping for. Or that. Perfect. That's what I want. That's also perfect. All right. Yeah, we'll cleanse, get the health up. This is why I wanted to experiment. I wanted to ensure that we weren't blowing some of our good teams up against a team we can find another way around. And this, I think, is a good thing to learn. And now that Leia's out of here, it's a non-issue. But it's also why I stopped playing last night. Like, to think through some of these moves was not happening last night. Okay. So that's another one down. Grand Inquisitor. How are we going to neutralize you? Let's take a look at these again. Think through. So, immune to fear and stun. Somebody's defeated. They gain turn meter. Damage immunity for a turn. Inflict purge. They're getting defense and offense stacking. Use a basic. They're inflicting purge. It's not that good. It's good, but it's not that good. Like, do I think we could Maz through this? Like that. We don't have a Dispel, though. Oh, no, I guess Hondo has a Dispel. It's a cleanse. Because it's the damage immunity I'm concerned about. So maybe a tank isn't what I want. Maybe I want SM33. Not really. What about Scoundrel? These are terrible. This is just terrible. We're just gonna go with this. Because I want Calcestis to have his Cron. And there's only one mercenary here. It's not that. There's not enough going on with the functionality. Yeah, let's neutralize Grand Inquisitor for a moment. Pull the Prophet. Let's smack Barris. Okay, so take some hits. But we can now attack out a turn, or we have a Dispel. Let's hit the Dispel. Buff immune. The buff, it didn't get rid of the taunt. Mass assist. We got, oof. Let's go for a big smack. All right. I don't think it's happening. But if we can even soften them up, like, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Yeah, this window's closed. Maybe we should have focused down on Grand Inquisitor when he was locked up. But I didn't want to sacrifice Hondo. Awesome. Can we build off of this? Come on. I just need this taunt to go away, and maybe we can take out Barris. No ability block. Can we lock him up? Yeah, let's lock him up. Awesome. Fantastic. Because now if I have to, we've got Job or JML that will be able to handle Mon Mothma. We can throw a GL at that. Question is, how are we going to soften up Jabba? Because we can clean up Jabba with either Afra or the Imperial Remnants. We just need to make them weaker for them to do that. If the last set of Crons didn't expire, we would be able to one-shot it. And I guess we gotta try Night Sisters. Since mine are weaker, I can't do like the Ventress one. That won't work. Especially with Relic Delta. Like, this is all gonna be about surviving long enough. Surviving long enough so that Plague does the work. Okay. It's not gonna happen. It's over. Okay. I really need a way to ignore taunt. Yeah, what kind of bounty hunter situation do we have? How about Jedi? Like, am I crazy enough to think that, like, where's the Galactic? Like, do I think I could do something like with Qui-Gon? Where'd she go? Joke, or does she needs she needs Jedi Vanguard, right? Yeah. So she needs Vanguard. So I can't do that. Oh, he is Jedi Vanguard. Okay. What do I want? Barris, or would I want Plo for turn meter? I don't think any's a good choice. All right, we're gonna throw it in. Just a little Hail Mary action, and I don't have. Yeah, whatever. Let's just take this. Yeah, no shot. Just nothing. There's nothing here. Yeah. That's not a thing. I mean, in 5v5, we could be trying CLS. We're just throwing things in. I gotta soften them up. Like we could do a Jabba mirror. A Jabba mirror might be the best option at this point. Yeah, but without Cron help, this isn't gonna do anything. Yeah, let's stop wasting things. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a Jabba mirror, but I know my Jabba is not gonna win this. He's got the better Jabba, plus he has a proper Cron. I don't have any of that. Like, I kind of have to take this. That's not a proper Cron. Actually, does Mercenary qualify? Recover health and protection. You know what? Let's take that. That's not terrible. Okay. I'm going to do disarm. And we're going to stick with the basic. I'm getting a little bit of a head start on the ultimate, I think. I'm going to keep buff immunity on Chrysanthemum. Like, if I can control where I'm attacking, maybe that helps. You know what? You can have buff immunity too. Yeah, he got there way faster than I did. I should have just been spamming basic this whole time. Okay, there's an armor shred. Next one we can Rancor. I'm going after Bosch. Oh, are you kidding me? We gotta go basic. Alright, there's our heal. Hopefully we can get to another Rancor. And knock out Chrysanthemum, and then we can clean up with anything. Let's do a little check-in. Where am I at? 36? Either way, like, we can bring in, like, remnants or something at this stage. But the reason I didn't want to do this, and I was hoping to find something else, was now I'm likely not gonna be able to clean up the Ray. Yeah, we're gonna run out of time. Had I not stopped before, we would have been fine. Ooh, almost hit that forfeit. That would have been a bad thing to do. Alright, we're gonna remnants. We didn't even have a Cron. We just take our time and let the plague do its work. Or not the plague, the blight. Don't do that yet, it's a little early. We will take a bite though, because we're getting assist from the alert by using specials. And we're gonna basic. Alright, we got 4 stacks of blight. Alright, we'll inflict these. So now we're at 10. We will take a bite. I'm actually a little worried about this. Okay. Yeah, let's inflict another 7. Oh, come on! Yeah. Like, had we inflicted that 7 stacks, that probably would have been enough to take him out. Alright, let's inflict 8. Now we're at 10, and now he's eating me, and it's over. Like, can he even get more blight at this stage? No, it's over. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't even want to use Afra at this stage. Because Afra's like the last thing I know will work. I'm just taking something for the stats. Don't like that buff immunity. I'm gonna actually save that and save that. Alright, here's our taunt. Oh, they have shock and buff immunity. What a complete waste. Fine, we're gonna use this now. This isn't gonna do anything. Okay, we cleanse. Okay, we're gonna lose. No. I do not want to use Afra yet. Actually, let me think about this. I wish I was able, because I don't have the Katarn Cron. I really messed up by not taking out Chrysanthemum. Alright. It's just generally, I'm usually less concerned about Chrysanthemum, so I kind of ignored it. Yeah, what kind of Inquisitors do I have? No. Like, what if... Ooh. Or would this be better with, like, Bosk? It's probably better with Bosk. Because we taunt. I get buff immunity. Mass assist. Mass assist. Basic. Cleanse. Why is it the target over on Jabba now? Oh, that's annoying. Am I not going to be able to get to the contract now because of this? Does he have like some stacking stuff? Alright, we're saved. We are saved. We got a way through it. Yeah, it was all that protection up. The protection up was just higher on Chrysanthemum, so it moved that stuff around. Whatever, we got through Chrysanthemum. These guys, both Mando and Grief, were taken up with tokens, so they're low relics and kind of useless. But they did their job. Now we get an Afra cleanup. We're really gonna sit here for... Alright, let's talk more about stuff since while we're waiting for this to close off. So the other thing that I didn't enjoy was like the end of Homelander was very small. I kind of wanted to see Homelander to go really bad. Like that moment we had in one of the earlier seasons where he lasers the crowd. I wanted something of that scale where we really see Homelander embrace this we're turning into God kind of moment. We never get it. It's talked about, it's alluded to, but we don't see it. And it's really the show don't tell kind of flaw. And I think this is why I was saying in the non-spoiler version where I was hoping that Amazon gave them like a proper budget to do this stuff right, because we don't see Homelander go big. And I think it's a little less interesting for where it's like thinking from the point of view of the populace. The populace has been detached the entire time. They're watching all of this through TV. Other than this moment where they're watching on TV that like this Homelander looking weak moment after he's lost the V, they never feel the threat of Homelander really becoming evil. That Homelander never existed for the vast majority of the people in the world. And I think that is a mistake. I think the world needs to see Homelander turn, when we never get it. And hopefully I could have messed up really badly had I not submitted that in a prompt time. Okay. Alright, Afra cleans this up easy now. Why am I going down to Scoundrel when I can go to Droid? Or use a preset? Man, I don't have enough Crons. This works fine. With Crons, she very often is able to beat Jabba on her own. She just needs enough time to build up the potency, which she wouldn't have been able to do with Chrysanthemum. Or we may have been able to take out Chrysanthemum. We wouldn't have been able to take out both Chrysanthemum and Jabba before Jabba ate somebody. It's like also like with returning to the boys. Like I really didn't like the season 4 ending with taking out Victoria Newman like that. It was just kind of like you've established this character as an important big character, and then you take her out in a way which doesn't matter. It's like, okay, she's off the board now. It's like, it didn't really have that big of an impact, especially when you had been building up to this turn. Like, Newman has now turned against Homelander and Vought. She's now sided with the boys, and doesn't matter. It's like, why even do it at that stage? Why don't keep her evil? Like, why don't you just keep her on that side of the board? If you're instead going to swap her over and nullify that decision, all that does is just like engender this feeling of hopelessness. But it's in this very like nihilistic way, which the tight writing of the early seasons was just kind of gone by the later seasons. All right, I kind of want to try a thing or two. We have our like JML guaranteed win, but if we could maybe find something else, then we can do JML up top. Cellbar's not going to do anything here. We're saving the Merc Cron for in case we go for Ray. This isn't gonna happen. Not without a Cron. Could this happen? Oh, baby. Like he's back. We have to do basic because of the healing immunity, but I... Come on. Alright. Let me... No. Alright, Dream is dead. Dream is dead. Tarful can't do it on his own. Interesting stuff, though. If we had the Leocron, Luke could beat this. Just killing me. Like with that, the mechanics and everything here. Well, maybe not. The AoEs are pretty brutal. And Tarful was able to survive the AoEs from Chrysanthemum. Like, this team, probably not. Yeah. Maybe with the attacks out of turn, we can do something with this. It does not appear to be. No, we're just... I'm a little concerned that with the amount of attempts that we've taken on some of these teams that we're going to be too low to actually win this, because he's played a pretty clean match. Gungans? Let's try Gungans. Like, if we get a good death mark... Nope, that's bad. Alright, it's over. I'm also going to try the new Bad Batch, but I think we're reaching the JML stage of things. Yeah, well, I guess it's still technically possible. No. Alright. Yeah, new Bad Batch. Who would I guess this is what I would like to have most? I don't feel good about it. I should have done Crosshair. What am I talking about? He at least has an Ami. When we go like double Ami. I was just thinking about like the amount of time it's going to take though. No. No shot. Alright, let's just JML and see where we end up. Yeah, let's increase cooldowns. They're very annoying. Yeah, he'll be back in a second, but we can take him off the board for a moment. Yeah. Ooh. Let's save it for a moment. I think I'd rather use it to take out Luthen. Or to take out Katarn quick if he pops back up before we can get to Luthen. Or that. We're fine. Okay. Alright, where are these banners at? Can we hold on for 15 minutes? Yeah, we'll check back. I got nothing here. But we may have stolen a real cheap win. And we got it. He did not return. So not really a earned or deserved win, but the gamesmanship got us through. And I could use the crystals. The era battle. The era of eras has been brutal for my crystal income. CG has finally found a way to make it difficult for me to hoard where I have to make some decisions. But maybe we'll talk more about that in the future. We got other things we are working on. Look out for some roster videos. I got to get caught up on those. We are very far behind. And I still want to put them out so you can track the process. One of those coming out this weekend, and then a couple over the next week, and then we'll transition into some list and other talk videos. But we're turning the lights back on here, so thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody that still plays Galaxy of Heroes.